Right now, as you watch this video, there are secret paradises on Earth that you'll never be allowed to visit. Islands so exclusive that they have their own laws, private armies, and price tags that would make your jaw drop. Today, we're going behind the velvet ropes of the ultra-wealthy to reveal the most expensive private islands on the planet and the billionaires who call them home. But here's the real question that kept me up at night while researching this video. What makes a person spend more on an island than most countries' GDP? The answer is more shocking than you might think, and I promise, it's not what you're expecting. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, because after watching what these billionaires have built, you might need therapy for your real estate envy. Trust me, I'm still recovering. The controversial kingdom. Not all private islands are tropical paradises. Some are fortresses designed for a very different purpose. Enter Little Street James in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the 70-acre island formerly owned by Jeffrey Epstein. Purchased for $7.95 million in 1998, the island's value skyrocketed to an estimated $60 million before Epstein's death. While I won't delve into the disturbing allegations surrounding this island, what's fascinating from a real estate perspective is what happened after Epstein's death. The island sat unsold for years, despite its prime location and luxurious facilities, including a 24,000 square foot main house, a private dock and helipad, multiple pools and guest villas, a mysterious temple-like structure that's been the subject of endless speculation. The island finally sold in 2022 for $60 million, less than half its appraised value, to a private equity billionaire who immediately began demolishing every structure. What does it say about our society when an island paradise becomes so tainted that even billionaires won't touch it? And what will rise from its ashes now that it's being rebuilt from scratch? The new owner has refused all interview requests, but rumors suggest he's creating something that will change how we think about private islands forever. And speaking of changing perspectives, the ecological revolution. Not all billionaire island owners are creating playgrounds of excess. Some are using their wealth to pioneer a new relationship between humanity and nature. Take Mosquito Island in the British Virgin Islands. Owned by Richard Branson, this $25 million paradise is being transformed into a wildlife sanctuary and climate change laboratory. Unlike most private islands, which devastate local ecosystems, Mosquito is home to the largest artificial reef restoration project in the Caribbean, a breeding program for endangered species, a carbon-negative infrastructure that produces more energy than it consumes. But the most revolutionary aspect is its ownership structure. While Branson holds the deed, the island operates under a unique conservation covenant that will eventually transfer ownership to a non-profit trust. One marine biologist working on the island told me, "What's happening here could be the future of private conservation. Instead of governments trying to regulate protection, billionaires are voluntarily putting their properties into permanent conservation status." Is this genuine altruism or just a tax strategy dressed in green? The answer might lie somewhere in the middle. But not all billionaires are thinking about environmental legacy. Some are more concerned with survival of a different kind. The $1 Billion Club. Welcome to the most exclusive club on Earth, where the membership fee starts at a cool $1 billion. These aren't just islands, they're micronations with their own rules. Let's start with the crown jewel, Lanai. When most people think of Hawaiian paradise, they picture resorts packed with tourists. But what if you could own 98% of an entire Hawaiian island? That's exactly what Larry Ellison, co-founder of Oracle, did when he purchased Lanai for a staggering $300 million in 2012. But here's what most people don't know. That price was just the entrance fee. Since acquiring the island, Ellison has poured an estimated $500 million more into transforming it. We're talking about an island with its own desalination plant, sustainable farms, and luxury resorts where rooms start at $1,500 per night. But the most mind-blowing part? The 3,200 residents of Lanai essentially work for Ellison. He employs nearly everyone on the island, from hotel staff to farmers. One resident told me, "It's like living in a company town, except the company is one man." Now you might be thinking $300 million is a lot, but it's practically a bargain compared to our next island. The Forbidden Paradise. There's one island so exclusive that no amount of money can buy you an invitation. In fact, most people don't even know it exists. Tucked away in the British Virgin Islands lies Richard Branson's Necker Island, arguably the most famous private island on Earth, valued at approximately $100 million. But here's what makes Necker different. You can actually stay there if you have $105,000 per night to spare. That's not a typo. Over $100,000 per night. For that price, you and 21 friends get the entire island, complete with a staff of 100 infinity pools that blend into the horizon and flamingos that walk alongside you on pristine beaches. But money alone won't get you there. Branson personally approves every booking. Presidents, royalty, and A-list celebrities have been turned away. One Hollywood director, again, can't name names, offered $1 million for a single night and was rejected. Why? Because Necker isn't just an island. It's Branson's vision of utopia. The island runs entirely on renewable energy, protects endangered species, and serves as a think tank for solving global challenges. During my research, I uncovered something fascinating. What happens on Necker stays on Necker. Every guest signs an NDA so strict that even mentioning you visited can result in legal action. Which makes you wonder, what exactly happens on this island that's worth such secrecy? But if you think that's mysterious, wait until you hear about the island that technically doesn't exist. The Doomsday Retreats. In the past 5 years, a new category of private island has emerged, one designed not for luxury but for survival. Welcome to the world of contingency islands, remote properties equipped to function as self-sufficient bunkers in case of global catastrophe. The leader in this category is a New Zealand island owned by a Silicon Valley billionaire who made his fortune in data analytics. The price, $115 million, with an additional $250 million spent on infrastructure. What makes this island unique is what lies beneath it. A bunker system that can house 50 people for up to 10 years. Medical facilities comparable to a small hospital. Agricultural systems designed to function without external inputs. Defense systems that the owner's representatives refuse to discuss. The most striking thing? This isn't unique. At least 7 other tech billionaires have created similar island fortresses in the past decade. As one private island real estate agent told me, after COVID, we saw a 300% increase in clients specifically asking about islands with bunker potential. It's no longer about the view or the beach. It's about how long you could survive there if everything falls apart. It raises a profound question. What do these billionaires know that we don't? The Shadow Archipelago. Some islands are so private that no satellite will show them on maps. Welcome to the world of stealth islands, properties so exclusive that their owners have paid technology companies to blur them from satellite imagery. The leader in this ultra-secretive category is an archipelago in the Exumas, Bahamas, allegedly owned by one of the world's 10 richest people. The price? An estimated $600 million for a chain of 11 connected islands. What makes this property unique isn't just its size, it's the infrastructure. The owner has built what amounts to a private city, complete with a personal submarine base, a runway long enough for a Boeing 747, its own power grid and internet infrastructure, a staff of over 400 people who live on a separate service island. But here's the kicker. Everyone who works there signs a lifetime confidentiality agreement. Some employees haven't seen their families in years, living in a gilded prison of luxury service. One former staff member, who spoke to me on condition of complete anonymity, said, "It's like working in a science fiction movie. There are rooms we're not allowed to enter, buildings we can't approach, and at least once a month, the entire staff is confined to quarters for privacy days." What happens on those privacy days? That might be the billion-dollar question. But perhaps even more intriguing is the island that's become a lightning rod for conspiracy theories. The island that shouldn't exist. What's more impressive than buying an island, creating one from scratch? Meet Nakhil's Palm Jumeirah in Dubai. An artificial island in the shape of a palm tree that cost a mind-numbing $12 billion to construct. While technically owned by Dubai's royal family, this engineering marvel hosts the private compounds of billionaires from around the world. Each frond of this palm-shaped wonder is lined with mansions that start at $10 million. But the crown of the palm? That's where things get truly insane. The tip of the palm features homes that have sold for over $100 million each. One Russian billionaire, whose name I can't mention for legal reasons, paid $140 million for his compound, only to use it for just 2 weeks each year. But here's the twist that nobody talks about. Palm Jumeirah is sinking. Engineers are in a constant battle against the sea, pumping sand back onto the shores at a cost of millions per year. Some experts believe the entire island could be underwater within 50 years. That's right. These billionaires are paying 9 figures for homes with an expiration date. But when you're worth billions, perhaps impermanence is just another luxury you can afford. Speaking of things money can't permanently buy. The future of private islands. As land becomes scarcer and wealth becomes more concentrated, private islands are evolving in ways that might surprise you. The newest trend? Floating private islands. Mobile, artificial structures that can be moved around international waters, effectively operating outside any nation's jurisdiction. The pioneer in this space is a $2 billion project backed by venture capital firms and cryptocurrency wealth. These seasteads, and as they're called, promise complete political autonomy. The ability to relocate if weather or political climates change. One prototype already exists, a 300-foot hexagonal platform anchored near Tahiti. For $50 million, you can be one of the first residents when it launches next year. But critics warn these floating islands could become lawless havens for the ultra-rich, places where billionaires can escape regulation, taxation, and accountability. As one maritime law expert put it, we're potentially seeing the birth of a new kind of feudalism, where instead of castles, the new lords have moving islands. Is this the ultimate expression of freedom or the beginning of a dangerous fragmentation of global society? The debate is just beginning. The island paradox. After months researching this topic and speaking with island owners, developers, and experts, I've come to a surprising conclusion. The most expensive private islands aren't really about luxury at all. They're about control. In a world where even billionaires feel increasingly vulnerable to climate change, political instability, and public scrutiny, islands represent the last frontier of true autonomy. As one island owner told me off the record, "On my island, I make the rules. There's a purity to that you can't find anywhere else in the modern world." But here's the paradox that fascinates me. Many of these billionaires spend hundreds of millions creating their perfect islands, only to find themselves restless and lonely once they're there. One staff member who's worked on multiple private islands shared, they build these incredible paradises and then most of them barely visit. It's like once they own it, the magic disappears. Perhaps that's the ultimate lesson from the world of billionaire islands. Even unlimited wealth can't buy the feeling of belonging that we all crave. So here's my question to you. If you had the resources to own any island in the world, what would you do with it? Would you build a pleasure palace, a conservation sanctuary, or a survival bunker? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this glimpse into the world of billionaire islands, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos that take you where money can go, but most people can't.